Hello everyone, I'm just Ian. Welcome to this new Lego video. Today I'm gonna show you every way to use Lego Marvel in your Dungeons and Dragons game. All the way from NPCs to structures, all the way up to boss fights. So let's get started. Starting off with minifigures, this Rocket Raccoon makes the perfect NPC for any traveler to encounter. Or it could even be a playable character. I mean, it does make a good artificer. Talking about playable characters, we have Hawkeye over here. Of course, he's an archer, so that just means that he makes a great ranger for any D&D party to have. Of course, you can also just customize your minifigure. That's what I did with Spider-Man over on the right hand side. This Spider-Man has been customized with Ninjago parts to create the perfect rogue or just fighter for your party. I really like how he came out. He can give your D&D game just a little bit extra flair, or maybe just up your character to the next level for roleplay. But yeah, that's all you can do with minifigures. I mean, to be honest, there's like way more you can do. But let's get going to the structures, because I think that's what you really want to see. Here we have a structure you probably recognize already, because it's the Iron Legion Battle Pack that came out pretty recently. And if we take away some of those minifigures that get in the way, you can clearly see that this is made for Dungeons and Dragons. Just look at this little castle. But it does have all these sci-fi guns, so it does need a little bit of a makeover. So let's get to that right now. Okay, so first let's start by taking off all these guns that you obviously don't need in your D&D game, unless it's the game that you are playing is more like sci-fi orientated, which of course is also possible. And then let's add something back. With just a handful of pieces you can really turn this around. Maybe instead of that gun, just put this in place, and then you have a little crossbow. Still able to rotate side to side. Then maybe beef up those castle walls a little bit more. And add some detail. Maybe you want like a little flag or some extra snow. You know, turn it around, put in a little spider. And then you have the perfect little fort for a ninja base that your players can raid, or maybe they can come across this and make it like their little home base. So yeah, with just a few little adjustments, you can really turn just a little battle pack around to like a full-blown D&D location. And I'm sure your players would love to come across this in their game. So of course, a big part of D&D is monsters and enemies. So this is a really good example of how you can use Lego Marvel to your advantage with creating creatures and monsters for your D&D campaign. This right here is from an Eternal set. It used to cost like 20 bucks, or I'm pretty sure around that price. You can now get it secondhand really cheap. You can maybe even get it first hand really cheap, because Eternals did very poorly, of course, as everyone knows. But yeah, this is just a great creature for your players to fight. You can see it's pretty large, but of course you can just use the parts to create something smaller, or maybe this is like a cool boss fight that you can you can overcome and you can throw at your players. There are a lot of different Eternal sets, so you also have a smaller one. Maybe you can use that one. But yeah, Lego Eternal sets are really good for D&D. You also have great minifigures, and they come with good weapons. So if you play D&D, I highly recommend you just look at the Lego Eternal sets, and maybe you can find some creativity in yourself, and yeah, you can do something with it, because the Eternal sets really are great character packs or just great part packs, to be honest. Last but certainly not least, I wanted to take a quick look at the Lego Hydra Stomper. It's a set based on Marvel's What If, and in my opinion it makes for a great boss fight for D&D campaigns. This huge mechanized armor really captures the feel of like really captures the feel of inanimate objects coming to life, like a set of armor. What I really like about the set is you can fully open it up, and there's the Tesseract actually inside, as you can see right there, which is really cool. So maybe the whole objective of this boss fight is to get the Tesseract out of the mech or out of the armor. Maybe it's a magical item that's possessing the armor. That could be super cool. Maybe there's someone inside of the armor, like the Steve Rogers that comes with the set, which is a pretty basic but very nice minifigure actually. Could make a great NPC, just saying. But even if you take the minifigure out, you can still use this as a formidable foe for any D&D game. As you can see, it's fully articulated. It has ball joints, it has ratcheted joints. It has click joints down here with more ball joints at the feet. Turning it around, it's fully detailed. So that's really nice. So yeah, in my opinion, this just makes for a great boss fight. And maybe you can really use it in your story as like a big bad or a giant mystery of what is possessing this big armor. So these are just a few ways of how you can effectively use Lego Marvel for D&D campaigns. There's a lot more you can do. For example, I'm really fan of the Doctor Strange portals. So you can like put these through your world and maybe characters can travel through them. I sometimes use them as like effects for when like a big bad comes through a portal, and I just place a portal on the ground and then I just put the minifigure like behind it, and that works very effectively. My players always get a little bit scared when it happens because they know something's about to go down when I like place a portal, and they're like, oh my god, what is he gonna do now? So yeah. A little bit of a quicker video today, but that's all I have. I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe, of course, and you're gonna catch me in the next video. Goodbye!